For some of us, adventuring off-road isn't just a part of our life, it's part of why we live. Chances are both you and the person who shared this video with you love off-road riding. When off-road adventuring is such a passion in your life, you feel like you lose part of yourself when an area gets shut down. We all know that people and things can be lost, but it's a different kind of grief when the very ground we love is taken from us. I want to tell you about a particularly amazing place known as the Proving Grounds. To an outsider, it might not look like much, just a few tracks stitched randomly between the desert sage, but for those who rode there, it was a riding Shangri-La. It had powder-soft dirt with a hard base underneath, so traction was phenomenal, but it was easy to get the back wheel loose. If it got too slick, landings were feather soft. For me and many other local riders, this area held a special place in our hearts. It was called the Proving Grounds because this is where many of us learned to ride berms, whoops, and fast dirt under the wings of riders who had preserved the area for decades. The last time I was out exploring this epic expanse of awesomeness, my friends and I came upon a huge trash pile. It was heart-wrenching. And to some extent, we've all experienced this. As off-road adventurers, we get to see and experience some of the most gorgeous and raw country on this earth, and yet, whether you're riding in the red rock wilds of southern Utah or the surreal forests of Maine, or anywhere else miles from civilization, trash is seemingly omnipresent. As gearheads and adventurers, the last thing we could be described as is tree huggers. But there's no question about it, we love the land we ride on. Littering and illegal dumping, the common enemies of all outdoor enthusiasts, are to blame for recent closings of several amazing riding areas, including the legendary Proving Grounds. When they recently closed thousands of acres in southern Utah, it was a rude wake-up call to riders that political rhetoric isn't enough. As adventurers, dual-sport motorcyclists, dirt bikers, ATVers, hunters, mountain bikers, or anybody else who enjoys public lands and off-road trails, it's time to step up and do some good before the area you love gets shut down. The idea is simple. Pack a trash bag, a dry bag, or a Ziploc, and a cargo bungee when you go out for a ride. When you stop for a break, if you see some trash, simply pick it up. Toss the trash, reuse the bag, and preserve our trails. Take a bag, see some trash, clean it up. That's all. It's such a simple idea, but if we can spread the word, the impact will be enormous. If this video reaches only 100 people, and over the course of a year those 100 people pick up a mere 20 pounds of trash, maybe just one scrap of plastic, a bottle, or a beer can per ride, then we'd clean up 1 ton of trash. If this video could reach 1 million off-roaders, and each of them cleaned up 20 pounds, we'd clear 20 million pounds or 10,000 tons of trash from our trails. You can imagine the difference we can make, and we can make it happen in less than a year. You can be part of a huge movement to keep our trails open and beautiful, and it only takes 2 simple steps. First, share this video with your off-roading buddies, or just hand them a garbage bag and tell them what it's for when you get together for your next ride. Once you're done sharing it to your favorite forum, Facebook group, or adventure website, then go get a bag and stow it in your riding backpack. Again, you don't have to be a tree hugger to enjoy the outdoors, but these 2 simple acts will go a long way to keep governments and private landowners from shutting down your favorite riding areas and trails. Thanks so much for watching. Now go right now and stash a cargo bungee and a reusable bag in your backpack. Then take an adventure and do just a little bit of good while you're at it.